Okay. uh, there's all kinds of really, I mean, unreal stories. I mean, if you heard them, you would think to yourself, no, what is that? But I mean, all kinds of really weird things have happened, and they usually, especially involving around the house. Anyway, this is what Rena likes to refer to as the Wasp story, like that. Yeah. One morning like that, I had gotten up over there at my mom's house, and it was this is years back. So I get up and I go to the kitchen table, and there sitting at the table is Victor. Um, Victor was a character all to himself. To know Victor was to love Victor. Victor used to put his socks on quart bottles of beer so that they would stretch out. And the first time I saw that under his bed, I thought, what, does his beer get cold at night? And come to realize what it was, he had real big calves, so he had to stretch his socks out. But anyway, that's just a side note. Anyway, oh, one time like that too with Victor. Victor was also very, how should we put it, stingy, or and I noticed one time like that, he saw some change that fell out of my pocket, and I was stacking out on the couch for a while, and he went along and he kicked it like he didn't see it, and so like he kicked it and it slid over into his room over there, and then he went. I said, "Hey, what have I changed?" He said, "No, your change. It was my room." That's what was the mentality. I thought, okay, we'll see about that. So I went and because like he would casually like kick money aside or something. And so I got a quarter, and I super glued it. I put super glue on it, and I put it right there on the floor in the hallway. I told my mom, watch this, see what he does this time. So he comes strolling by. Oh, I see money. So he goes and he pop, gives it a little kick. Well, the money just stayed there. And he kind of like, looked around. He backed up. I'm like, we were pretending like we were looking at him. And he kicked it again. So now he bends over. So now he bends over, and he looks up at me, like, look at me real quick, and I'm like, and he reaches in his pocket and pulls out his, and I looked over there, and he had a pocket knife, and he was trying to, and that thing popped up about 4 feet in the air, and somehow he caught it, which I was really surprised. But I tell you these things just to give you, he's a character, good guy, good guy, but just kind of crazy, very slow towards his later years. As I was soon to find out, what happened was I sat down at the table and I noticed Victor had what appeared to be a series of bumps across his face and on his forehead and a couple on his arm. He looked like he'd seen the worst end of a cat fight or something. And so I asked him. I said, "Hey, Vic, what's up with the bumps?" And he was sitting there eating his bologna, jalapeno, and tortilla morning sandwich, which he followed down with a quart of beer. Good American breakfast right there. But anyway, and he just looked at me and he pointed at my mom. My mom goes, "I didn't do nothing." And I said, "What happened?" She says, him, the big dummy, he went out there and he got stung by a bunch of wasps. And I said, "Why would you want to go and do that?" And he kind of looked at me and he looked at my mom, and then she said, "Oh, I don't think he wanted to. What happened was he decided he was going to spray water him. I don't know what you're thinking." And then so what happened? They come after. So what does he do? He comes running over here to the back door, and my mom said she was watching him while this is going on, and so she went over there to the door and she locked the fucking door. So he's coming running, and there's a Victor run you have to be able to see, but imagine a foot shuffle about 2 inches, real rapid, with your feet never leaving the ground. That's the Victor shuffle. But he came over there, and then he's swatting, and he said, "Lucia! Lucia, abre la puerta! Me están picando!" Tell my mom, open the door, they're biting. My mom just looks out the curtain a little bit, just opened it, just a crack, and she goes, "You got bees on you." And she closed the curtain. He's like, "Oh!" And he's yelling. He's fucking hitting the door. My mom opened the window, the curtain. She goes, "No, you're going to bring them in here. You want to get me stung? When you get rid of them, come back." And she closed the window. And he's running around now. He's just trying to swat these things off. And so this began the saga of the deadly wasp story. And I told my mom, "Well, where are these wasps before they get to you? I'm gonna take care of it." So I went out there. She said, "They're over there in that olive tree over there, and she had all the kids there. Your mom and them were there. Serena was there, and they're all out there being all curious, being nosy." And I told my mom, I said, "You wait here. I'm going to walk up there real slick-like and sly and stealthy, and I'm going to take... She says, well, you don't even have to do that. And I said, what? She says, no, but you just go up to them and get a rolled-up newspaper and light the end on fire and stick it underneath them. And I just saw way too many things wrong with that, but I bet, I said, oh, okay, Mom, that won't kill them. She says, no, but it burned the wings off real fast. But it won't kill them. Well, no, but they can't fly. I thought, but, well, now I got a bunch of pissed off, wingless fucking wasps who they weren't mad before. They surely will be now. And she said, no, well, then you stomp on them. And she made her feet like that. She goes, then you stomp on them. Thump, 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 thump. And I thought, okay, Ma, why don't you just go back over there and let me take these 2 cans of wasp killer, and I'll do that with that instead. So I go, I'm creeping up there because I've been attacked by wasps myself. I mean, I got hit by one time by so many of them from a palm tree. When I hit the ground, when they were rushing me to the hospital, they had to stop the ambulance to get the wasps out because these guys were freaking out. They said the wasps were coming off him like some sort of plague. It's like, blah. I thought, you stupid idiots, you guys didn't dust me off enough, and they were flying around and they're biting the text. But anyway, that's another story. Anyhow, so I'm creeping over there, and I'm getting real close. I'm about 15 yards away from and I'm looking, and right beside my right ear, all of a sudden I hear, they're right. And I turned around and my mom was like right there. I'm like, Mom, what are you doing right here? And all the kids were like a little train behind her, like a little procession. They were all leaning over. I said, you and all the rest of these little fat kids better get out of my way, because when I spray this stuff, I'm going to come hauling ass that way. I'm going to lock the door or run right over you. And they all went, ooh, and they all went running back. So I went over there, and I'm thinking, boy, Mom wanted me to spray there. I can imagine. I'll hit them with I'll hit them with the fire, and then be jumping around. I thought, nah, how about I do this instead? And as soon as I sprayed the thing, I heard my mom like a chicken. She trying to run over the kids and get them. Then she knew it was for reals. And I went, and I could still distinctly hear the click of the door as I come running up. I opened that door! But anyway, I made it okay. But there was no wasp behind me. But she used to do crazy stuff like that. Oh, that's the end of that. And one day like that, I was outside. And people out there next door, they just got a rooster and stuff. And Mom was always messing around with her phone, unbeknownst to me. But so the rooster out there was about 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning. Moms will usually be up with the chickens, as they say. And this time, the rooster was over there, and after about 2 minutes, I kind of heard it, and after about a minute or so, my mom come walking out the back door, and she just come walking out the yard, and she looked at me, looked around, I looked at her, and she turned around, went back inside. I thought, that's, well, not for Mom, that's not odd, but I mean, that's kind of, well, whatever. And I was doing something out there, and that rooster goes, and about 20 seconds later, Mom come walking out, and this time she come walking out a little bit farther. I said, what's up, Ma? And she goes, have you seen my phone? I thought, what? And she turned around and walked back in. I thought, well, what the hell? Mom's losing it. Uh-oh, I thought, man, better get the sharp things. I'll put away. No more remote controls for her or something. The rooster crows again. And Mom comes running out. She said, I just heard my phone. I said, Ma, I think what you heard was a chicken. Do you hear the chickens talking to you? She said, no, c'est stupid. My phone, it gotta cry like a rooster. And then right about then, that rooster goes, and she goes, just like that. Oh, they got a rooster. Oh, why didn't you tell me? I was here walking around thinking I heard my phone. And she turned around and walked back in. And I stood there and pondered my life for a moment. I thought, this is the blood I come from, huh? Oh, madness is surely to follow. And that's the end of that.